was a wild, high-velocity family.
Each one of us would have taken a bullet for each one of us.
We care what people think of us.
Faking that you're strong, faking that you are confident. Faking almost all of it.
There was a whole other backstage, you know, that you didn't get to see, that none of us were ready to talk about.
What does it take to express yourself? Today we'll share the surprising and moving story of Madonna's most famous troupe of dancers. Please join me in welcoming Kevin Stay, Jose Gutierrez, Oliver Crooms III. Welcome, gentlemen. So nice to have you here. I know you were out celebrating last night, right? You were celebrating the documentary.
Opening night, yeah.
So please tell us, how were you approached to be a part of Strike a Pose?
We were approached initially on email and Facebook, and they sort of reached out to all of us just to see our interests.
Right, and
yeah.
so when they reached out to you, what were your thoughts? Did you want to revisit that time in your lives?
I didn't. I was very skeptical about it. Yeah, I was the last one to sign on, I think.
Why?
I don't know. Like, I was like, I don't want it to be about again. It was 25 years later, and it's like, you know, I didn't want it to be a project about Madonna, and you know. And
we had a lot of that.
Yeah,
everybody asking,
because we got a lot of offers. We had a lot of offers to do that throughout time, and we never. But
I mean, it was such a monumental time in your lives. You were all so young when you joined this, and I know, Oliver, you were like the hip-hop dancer of the group, right?
Correct.
And the only straight one. So what was that experience like for you?
It was...
Yeah, what was it like?
what was it?
I mean, you had some serious personal growth during that time.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I look at it this way. It was very emotional and just a new look in life, because these guys took me to another level as far as respect, not just as dancers, but just as being a human being. So, you know, it means a lot.
So when you know, being part of this beautiful documentary and then seeing footage from Truth or Dare, what did that do to you guys, looking back?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, when we saw the film, right, we hadn't seen it. We all vowed to not see it until the premiere. So the premiere was in Berlin, and that was the first time we seen it, right?
Yes.
But then it's a retrospective too. You know, you're seeing clips of yourselves when you were in your early 20s.
Very emotional, very emotional for me.
I wasn't even that, like, surprised or shocked by how I looked, but in seeing, we had never seen each other's interviews, and having the space to talk about each other without having us there, we had all these walls taken down. We were able to speak so freely, and then to hear their stories right there next to them, it was just like
looking at each other like.
It was crazy to hear everyone's story
throughout the years.
I mean, it was unexpected. Yeah. As you can see in the movie, I was caught off guard I mean, by certain stories. And
for all of us, it was like.
And for me, seeing Truth or Dare was such a big moment in life for various reasons. What was that time like for you guys? I mean, what the power of Madonna, like just being part of that whole sphere, what was that like for you? It
was coming of age, it was growth. I feel like I became a man in that tour. It sounds so strange to say that, but I literally went from like this college kid to a professional on the tour. I grew, I learned who I was by watching these boys. I learned more about who I could be. Just from being in that space, being around her, I learned all about determination, the possibilities, what's available to us and anyone if they put their mind to it, and also her dealings with all the media and how everyone was like so hard on her, and we're gonna get arrested in Toronto. Like, what was that?
Toronto loves you. I mean, hello.
Well, how she responded was so interesting. How she responded was just like, you know, you're gonna arrest me, I'm gonna stand up for my rights and what I want to say, and if that's what it takes, then I will. And we were all on board.
Yeah, we were all on board.
And Madonna was like a bit of a mama figure, right, at the time for you guys? She took you under her wing. What was the biggest lesson that you learned from her?
I'll say confidence and a way to express yourself.
I would say what I learned from her was, I think that just to work hard. I learned that. Yeah, because it was like my first big job, you know. I mean, I was like just like what, 18 years old, you know.
Were
And
you guys petrified? I mean, it was your first big job for a lot of you, right? So what was that like going into the first rehearsal?
yeah, well, that was the first big job that I've done, like traveling and stuff, like on a tour with dancers where you're away for months, you know. So I think that for me was like, like, I couldn't believe it. Here I am in Rome somewhere, you know, 18 years old, you know, and getting all this attention and all this love. Like,
But that's like the overwhelming part. I don't know if any of us were petrified on stage, because if we were, I don't think we would have made it to the audition.
Right.
You know, just our boldness in the audition was really, I think, what got us in there. So.
yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, of
And
course.
you guys became superstars in your own right, too, while you were on that tour
Thank
as well, right? I mean, you were going out into clubs, and then people are like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know, I wanna dance with you guys. So before we let you go, we're going to have to ask you to show us maybe a move. Do you want to teach me how to Vogue?
Come on, let's
Because
teach you.
you're from one of the original Voguers yourself.
Original.
Okay, so let's see how this goes. It's been a while since I've had my dancing shoes on. Just saying.
You're a dancer.
Well,
That dress alone gives
Right. Thank you. Okay, so what do you want to teach me?
I think you should be in front.
Well, I said,
What do you want to teach?
well, the
I think it's
basics of
the
Vogue
Yeah,
are
so
all
the
about
basic
lines.
things. Yeah.
They're all
Okay.
about
Okay. Oh, God.
confidence.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything is
You
the
think
shape.
picture.
Yeah, everything
right?
is the shape, everything is the line.
Everything's
Yeah.
the shape.
And it's all about confidence and attitude.
Right.
You're double jointed though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He'll give it to you. He will give it to you.
Everything is a line,
Yeah.
everything is a shape. Boom,
Boom.
face, a line. Yeah,
Okay,
right.
don't even make me. I'm gonna let you guys do it. Make sure you catch the documentary. It's airing during Hot Docs Festival. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the dance. We'll be right back after the break. Work it. Work it. Yeah.